Think fast. Do you remember when you were a child and someone would say, "Wow, you're so smart"? It was like receiving an invisible medal, wasn't it? You would feel that warm glow in your chest, that quiet pride. And without even realizing it, you started to see yourself through that lens. I am the smart one. This identity forms early. Teachers, family members, friends, all reinforcing that image with constant praise and recognition. It seemed like the best thing in the world. After all, who wouldn't want to be recognized like that? But there's a detail no one told you back then. Living trapped inside that label can become a silent trap. Because when you grow up believing your value lies solely in your ability to quickly understand and get things right, any real challenge starts to feel like a threat. And that's where the problem begins. And it only grows bigger. In fact, if you've ever felt like you always have to get it right, or that making a mistake is almost like failing as a person, stick with me, because today you're going to understand a lot about yourself. Now imagine this scene. You arrive at college or at the job market expecting to repeat that familiar success script. But this time, no one claps for you, because you understand quickly. No one puts you on a pedestal. In fact, everyone is so busy trying to survive that no one even notices. The feeling? Frustration, confusion, and a nagging thought. Maybe I'm not that smart after all. The clash of expectations is brutal, because adult life demands something that school and childhood praise never taught you: practical skills. Things like time management, study techniques, the ability to handle frustration, social skills, financial organization. And here comes the worst part. Natural intelligence no longer saves you. If you've ever felt lost, not knowing how to learn or how to work hard for real, know that this is more common than it seems. And you know what's even worse? Many people give up on themselves at this point. But hold on, there's a solution. And the next point will show you where so many people start to stumble. Now think with me. If from an early age you were taught that being smart means getting things right on the first try, what happens when a real difficulty appears? Exactly. Fear. Fear of making mistakes, of seeming stupid, of not living up to the invisible expectations you built for yourself. That's why many people who grew up being called smart avoid new challenges. Not because they're lazy, but because every attempt at something new carries the risk of tarnishing that image of perfection. It's as if their subconscious says, if I try and fail, maybe I was never that smart to begin with. And so many brilliant minds end up stuck, trapped in comfort zones, settling for less than they could achieve, just to protect an identity that no longer serves them. But there's a powerful shift here, and it begins with recognizing an even deeper impact. Picture this scene. You look at your current life and feel a strange hollow in your chest, as if something is missing. You know you have potential, that you could do more, be more. But in practice, you feel you're falling short. This is the silent wound of those whose self-esteem was tied only to effortless achievement. When perfection becomes the measuring stick, any normal achievement feels insignificant. And perfectionism starts to erode your confidence from the inside out. Even worse, the gap between who you feel you could be and what you're actually achieving becomes an abyss of insecurity. Have you ever felt this way? As if everyone else is moving forward while you're stuck, questioning your own abilities? If so, relax. You are not alone. And even better, this trap can be dismantled. But first, we need to talk about an even deeper aspect: the internal isolation this cycle creates. Now close your eyes and imagine you're in a room full of people, but you feel completely out of place, as if you were inside an invisible bubble. This is the hidden cost of building your entire identity around intelligence. To protect this image, many avoid opening up, asking for help, or showing vulnerability. After all, admitting a weakness would mean admitting you're not always brilliant, right? And this behavior generates something terrible: emotional and cognitive isolation. You feel different, distant, as if no one truly understands what's going on inside you. That armor you once built to protect yourself ends up imprisoning you. But there is a way to break these internal chains, and it's more liberating than you can imagine. Now picture another scene. You try something new, fail miserably, and smile. Not because failing is fun, but because you understand that making mistakes is part of real growth. This is the new identity you need to build. An identity based not on perfection, but on effort. Not on appearing perfect, but on truly evolving. It's about accepting that intelligence is just one part of who you are. And that effort, discipline, vulnerability, and learning are equally essential parts. Do you know what the liberating truth is? You don't need to get everything right to be amazing. In fact, those who grow the most are the ones who allow themselves to fail, learn, and try again. So here's a challenge for you. What is one thing you're afraid to try today? But that could take you to a new level of growth if you allow yourself to fail along the way. Think about it. Because at the end of the day, life isn't about appearing perfect. It's about living fully, courageously, and truthfully. And the next step of your journey starts now.